All right, so I looked at that video that I just linked again, and the screams and the cries of these girls. It just I know I laughed in that little clip, but I remember feeling that way growing up. I mean, I just remember feeling that way when it's very disturbing to know there's nothing you can do, and the authority will harm you more if you go for help. It's not a whole lot of worse feeling other than, I guess, burying your children, unfortunately. But just knowing that there's no way that anyone is ever going to help you, and other people saying, go to authority, they will help you. Go tell that, them you're being bullied. They're worse. You cannot go to them. Just that feeling and just that reminder of, oh gosh, I know they cannot ever be trusted. Never, never, ever. And no, they cannot be. I mean, as an establishment. I'm not saying there's not individual people that work in law enforcement that you might know personally that are wonderful people. I don't know any personally because I don't allow myself ever to get to know anybody in law enforcement because I'm terrified of them. So I don't trust them. So that's why there's just no way. The last cop friend I had was when I was in a custody battle with my kids. She lived below me, and she was fantastic. She went to bat for me, man. She went in full uniform and was a witness for me on my behalf. But she was friggin', and she hated being a police officer, and I don't think she had signed some kind of contract. I'm not sure what it was, and couldn't wait to get out of it. So there you go. And then like 30 years prior to that, I had a cop friend who was cool. I don't even remember his name, but he was in a Bible study that I attended. And that's about it. I don't trust them. I'm scared to death of law enforcement because they have never been there to help me. Very few times. A very couple times. Had a couple of good experiences, thank God. But the bad ones will overshadow that. And that's what's wrong. I didn't even mean to get into the whole police thing. But, well, I guess the whole thing was about the police. It's the down under popo, the spraying little girls in the face with pepper spray. What are they doing this for? I don't understand why the majority of the police force, clearly they've been inoculated either physically with something that changed their brain, or they're just natural-born sociopaths, natural-born narcissists. Anybody that wants control over other people and wants to be able to put on a uniform and be able to have a license to kill, pretty much, most of these people are going to be sociopaths and narcissists. There's not going to be very many normally psychologically healthy people going into law enforcement because they have no desire to rule over other people like that. So it's something to think about. Anyway, I just remember my late brother, my adopted brother, who died last year of the Rona, which I'm certain he did not die of the Rona. He died of some kind of lung issue. I'm sure they kicked his ass in the hospital. I got wind of it through a newspaper article. But anyway, we had been estranged for many years. He was violent and pimped me out all over the frickin' place, and he couldn't wait to turn 18 so he could frickin' apply for the police academy, which they probably turned him down because it was the 80s, and they told him he was the wrong sex and the wrong color. So he went to auto mechanic school, Lincoln Tech, became an auto mechanic. And that's how that goes. Anyway, it's a good thing they didn't let him in. Because if they would have, I'll bet you there would have been a lot more raped and beaten prostitutes out there in the Baltimore area than would have been otherwise. Because he would have definitely used his authority with his badge and his billy club and his gun and everything he had to subdue these stupid fucking bitches. I guarantee you he would have. So, even though they didn't catch that when he signed up, that he was but they don't care what your psychology is. It's a good thing they didn't hire him. But anyway, he probably would have had a big black mark put on the freaking Baltimore Popo and he had joined the force. So it's a good thing they dodged a bullet. Way to go, Baltimore County Police. You dodged a bullet. Anyway, boy, this strayed, didn't it? This conversation strayed. It's disheartening to see police spraying children in the face in broad daylight with pepper spray because they're standing on a sidewalk.